Hi there, welcome to the Nomadic Owl Oracle. This is going to be for the zodiac sign of Taurus for the month of February 2019. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it will not apply to everyone. Take what resonates with you. If it does not resonate, please check your sun, moon, and rising sign. This is my second month to do readings live on YouTube, so please bear with me as I'm working out all the kinks to my channel. The first thing I want to point out, guys, is I read in energy. I do not read based on a specific sex, so this can apply to anyone. If it applies to you, please take it as that. If it doesn't, like I said, please check your sun, moon, and rising sign. You can check that on Cafe Astrology or also on google.com to find out more about those. My readings are fluid with time, so it can apply to prior to you watching this video, during the time that you're watching it, or after watching it. I am intending this for the month of February. However, like I said, it is fluid as far as the timing, so that can always change. Another thing I want to point out is there will be times that I might cuss. So if that's not something that you're okay with, you might want to go ahead and click off, because I'm not going to monitor everything I say the whole time I'm talking. I like to be as authentic as I possibly can be to get the messages that I am receiving at that time. So before I start the reading, guys, I will also let you know that the first step that I take is I'm going to give you my intuitive take into the cards. And then from there, I will read from the book what the actual meaning is to give you the most thorough reading as possible. I do like to make sure that I cover everything, because you may not hear messages when I'm telling you my intuitive take, but as I read the messages, you might get them at that point. So guys, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I've already sat with them for a minute. So what I'm going to do now is read them to you with my intuitive take. So for the decks that I used today, the first deck that I used is the Myths and Mermaids. It's the Oracle of Water. It's one of my favorite decks. And also I used the Oracle of the Mermaids. The reason I use both of these decks is I felt like the month of February is for love and abundance and caring and compassion and things like that. And that's what mermaids embody. That's what water embodies as far as the tarot and astrology. Water is known as the element of emotions and love and feelings and things like that. So since I don't really have any tarot cards that are specifically for love, I felt that this would be the most proper ones to use. So for your first card that you have as the overall general energy of the month, you have the Flying Fish. So this card, I'm trying to get it where you can see it. This card is talking about, maybe being out of place. You're at a place now where things are different than what you're used to. And you're used to being in one area, and maybe now you progressed into a new area, and you're having to try to fit into this new arena, this new job, this new position, new way of life, per se. The second overall energy that you have is an alien emerges. So what this talks about, guys, is with the alien emerges, that is saying to you that, maybe this situation just feels really uncomfortable, feels very alien, very different than what you're used to, and you're trying your best to accept it, but you're having a really hard time because it is different than what you're used to. It might be you got a new job with a new career, and you're having to adapt to this new position with these new people. You might have met someone that is completely different than what you're used to, and you're having to try to figure out a way to make the bonds, come together and make you guys be able to understand one another, because you come from different backgrounds. It doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be work. It could be any circumstance that you might be in at this time. So then for the clarifiers that you have for the month, the first one you have is guide. So guide, what this is saying is a guide, mentor, or a trustworthy ally. So at this time, you might be meeting somebody that could be a new friend, a new boss, a new teacher, a new love interest, something like that, that wants to be there to help you. It could also be a spiritual guide, as far as, for your angels, ancestors, something like that, that is coming into your life to help you, to help steer you in the direction as to where you are needing to go at this time. The second card that you have for your clarifiers is reflections. And it says, what you contemplate, you can actualize. So when you get this card, what it's saying is it's time to reflect on things. It's time to evaluate things from an honest perspective. Instead of taking action and moving forward and doing anything, sit back, think about it, reflect on the past, reflect on how it's making you feel before you move forward. Then the next clarifier that you have is the present, and it says gift, treasure, revelation of own value, and nowness. So when this card comes up, what it's talking about is maybe you are being given a gift. You're given something new, something that's good from people that care about you, from a group that cares about you, maybe a job, maybe you're given a new position. And maybe that's why you're feeling awkward because you're not used to this. You're having to learn new things. You're having to adapt to this new way in this new life. And the things are a little bit intimidating, maybe. But once you ask for help and you are given the guidance that you need and you reflect on things, you're probably going to have, everything come together in a more solid foundation, in a more solid way to help you and align you with where you're trying to go at this time. Then for the ending result that you have for the month of February, or for this time period that you're watching this, is time and tide. And it speaks of oceanic spells and rituals. So when I see this card, yes, it says oceanic spells and rituals. What I feel that it's referring to more than anything is it's referring to getting in touch with your emotions, getting in touch with your feelings, being able to accept that not everything is going to be cut and dry. Some things are harder to accept than others. Some things, we don't want to experience. We just need to cleanse ourselves, cleanse our energy. So spending time around water, spending time in water, if you're able to go swimming or, go to a jacuzzi and sit in a jacuzzi, a sauna, something like that, or maybe take a hot bath, will help you with clearing your energy. It does do a lot of wonders at times. People don't always believe that, but I love hot baths and Epsom salt. It helps clear your energy and makes you feel better. I know that whenever it's really cold, like it is right now in Washington, it's nice to be able to, take a hot bath and sit and just relax and let go of all the worries that I have. I love being by water. I work with animals of the water. That is my thing. But, the thing is we all have our own personal things that help us, that work with us. So maybe trying to get in touch with things that help you release all your fears, all your pressures that you're feeling at this time would help you tremendously, is what that's saying. So guys, now what I'm going to do is read from the books the actual meanings of these cards to give you more thorough information as far as into these. So for the first one that you had, the flying fish, I'm going to show you the card again. The flying fish. It says the meaning is a fish out of water. It says, lately you've been asking yourself the same question again and again. What am I doing here? You are feeling out of your element and ill at ease. Different faces, different rules, and different expectations. It can certainly be overwhelming. But remember, it is important to leave your comfort zone now than in order to grow. You might not fit in at first, but give it time. After all, you have adapted to new situations in the past, and it might take patience. It might take more effort than you are used to putting forth, but you can definitely do it again. So it's saying just believe in yourself. Yes, things might be hard. Yes, things might be very trying right now, and you're unsure as to how it's going to go, but you can do this. If you're really wanting to proceed forward in this venture, whether it be a relationship, job, career, school, whatever the case may be, you can do it. You might just feel awkward at first. I mean, just like with anything new, you have to learn that new place, that new job, that new situation, that new person to be able to make it work and flow properly. So then for the other overall energy that you had, the alien emerges, okay? It says the meaning of this card is, do not fear the foreign or alien. It says a foreign, exotic, or unusual element is entering your life. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated, scared, or avoidant. This foreign element may literally be a person from another country or culture, an opportunity overseas, or simply a situation that feels alien to you at first. Use this opportunity to expand your horizons, embrace the uncommon, and experiment with new flavors, sounds, and ideas. Consider challenging yourself by learning a new language or investigating the cultural the cultural differences, and traditions of another nation. Although it may feel intimidating at first, the foreign element in your life will ultimately be very rewarding and enriching. It may result in a new passion, or you may even find your life headed in a very different direction, but very exciting new direction. So, yeah, even though things seem weird and they're awkward and they're not how you're used to them being, now is the time to accept that and embrace that, to learn and adapt and be new and be present to learn these new things and welcome them because they will help you in the long run, is what it's saying. So, for the clarifying cards that you have, the first one you had was the guide. Bear with me 1 second, guys. It says a guide, a mentor, a trustworthy ally. So with this card, it was in the upright position. Okay. So it says this card appearance in a reading for you heralds the arrival of one you can trust. A spirit guide wishes to make healing contact with you. They are extremely loving, helpful, and they have personality. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of late. It's cold outside, and I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you. They are like cool, clear water, unconditionally loving, warm, and very helpful in matters of adaptation and improvement of your human experience. They relate to you. Be ready at this time for your psychic abilities to be similarly challenged. You may find yourself discarding baggage in the form of belief systems that are overcomplicated and power-oriented. You will find all the stimulation you need in simplicity, and yet you will be more awake than ever intellectually. You are more grounded, enriched, and truly yourself than ever before. As you develop your relationship with your guide, be aware that others may find it strange. Always check in with your guide, and there may be a long time for them to be around. They might be around forever or for just a short time. Never become so absorbed in your guide's reality that you neglect your home. True guides bring to you deeper relationships with the planet, with the oceans and their beings, and make you wish to live more deeply here on Earth. They fully assist and support your connection. They never ask you to leave or encourage you to have those thoughts of departure before our time has been fulfilled. They will bring us to the now strongly and assist us in knowing the past, which with less and less attachment. They are profoundly healing and awaken our energy to an extremely vital level, till we feel we are overflowing with love. So even though this might sound kind of awkward and stuff to you guys, what it's saying to you is that your ancestors, your guides, your spirits that are surrounding you are here at this time to help you. They want to show you what you need to know, what you need to do at this time to lead you the right way, down the right path, to be able to be successful. And sometimes it's kind of weird for people to hear shit like this, but it is what it is, man. We're calling on the mermaids. So whether you believe in the mermaid power and the merbeings and all that stuff, that's what this reading is focused on. So that's what this is referring to. I'm just reading to you from the book. So take it as it resonates for you. The next card that you have is Reflections, and it says what you contemplate can actualize. So with this card, guys, it says choose to not act at this time, but stay still, to go deep within and to observe until you feel you have greater understanding. Reflect upon what it is that led you to this place and this moment of choice, and reflect upon how you would like to see the now become and the future unfold. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Do not act for now. Seek to understand your own self, not to judge the acts of others. For a time, put aside frantic action. There may be a panic kind of urge to do something now before it's too late. However, it is best at this time to stay still. Others may be urging you into action, and there may be a sense of being driven up in circumstance and having no choice, being dragged along by the surge of the current, the tide of opinion. Take the time to reflect, to understand each day. This is necessary, or else we become reacting out of habit, not choosing responses out of wisdom. Do the latter now. So it's saying, instead of reacting out of habit and doing what you would always do, now is the time to sit back, evaluate things before you proceed forward. Don't take just any action because you feel like you have to take action. It's a time to make sure that you're thoroughly thinking things over before proceeding forward. So the next clarifying card that you have is the present. It says gift, treasure, revelation of own value, and the nowness. So this card is saying there will be either a gift given or a gift received, but there can be no true gift without reparation. Excuse me, guys. I can't even say the fucking word. I'm sorry. So there would be no true gift without each person coming together to work together. That's what it's saying. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. When energy is exchanged, bonds grow closer, connection is deepened. The exchange of gifts may also be about giving of time and energy to each other, shifting and moving away from a typical kind of work for pay into a more flexible system of exchange and caretaking. Friends will offer to do things for you, and before you feel beholden to them or hesitate to accept because you do not wish to be a burden, remember the joy of the gift that is being given, and a gift cannot be given unless there is a true connection between each other. The gift, when this card is upright, comes from a pure and good place. It is joyful, and it is given to the very best and of the best intentions. It will draw you closer and create even more intimacy and trust in your relationship. A beautiful sense of partnership will evolve out of what seems like a simple act of generosity. The exchange will never end, and it is a bond that will be forged beyond time. And as long as there is love, caring, and trust, the energy grows and ripples out into the world. So what this is saying is, like, if somebody's offering to give you a gift, and even though you might be scared and leery to take it at this time, it's in your best interest to. They're doing it to help you. They're doing it for your better good and to be able to show you how much they care about you. And maybe you might be like me, where you don't want people helping you. Like, you feel intimidated sometimes, or you feel like a burden when you have to have people help you. But at this time, maybe it's best to let that be set aside and focus on what you could bring into your future by having others help you where you haven't in the past. So then for the ending of the reading, it says time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. So that is the ending result of this month or this period of time that you're experiencing. It says it's time for a well thought through act of connection, a ritual or spell with the realm of the merbeings, with the sea, and with her creatures. When done with great formality and mindfulness, many acts can become magical and reconnect us to the sacred within us and outside of us. You may wish to ritually bathe in a tidal pool, which could be naturally formed rock pool or a sacred bath time you create for yourself. As you bathe in a sacred healing pool, allow the pool and the water to drain away anything that must be left behind for you to go forward again, to go to your own personal high tide at a change of tide. The saltwater crystals will drag through your auric layer, clearing and cleansing, leaving you feeling light and free, yet very present and clear. The water warmth of the tidal pool make them mermaidenly goddess pools of healing right on the seashore. It says this is a time of rebirth for you to be freed from. Or you may wish to create sandcastles or mandalas or sculptures near the tide line. We can shape into the sand itself and itself an energy field of tiny sparkling crystals, which are representations of what we wish to see taken away and cleared, or what we wish the sea mother to take into her cauldron and help us manifest. It may be time to work with ruins, which have a great history of being drawn into the sand as the messages to the great sea beings of all kinds. What is most important at this time is that you act. So, it's saying to you to clear away the past, to let go of the past and clear yourself, clear your energy so that you're freed from all these burdens that you might have had in the past. You might be feeling out of place. You might be in this new phase. You're kind of in a new situation, a new way of being, a new way of having to do things, and it's kind of intimidating, but you do have the help that you need at this time. Reflect on what it is that you've experienced in the past, what you're wanting to bring into your life. Accept the gifts, the presents, the help that others are trying to bring to you at this time, and release all the negative. So, guys, I hope that this helped you. I hope that this resonated with you. Again, if it doesn't, please check your sun, moon, and rising sign. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me on here through message, or contact me on my Facebook page, which is the Nomadic Owl Oracle. I do readings for $20. It's an 8-card spread, and it is specified for your own personal things that you have going on at that time. So guys, thank you for checking this out. If it resonated, if you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you have a great February, and I will see you guys in March. Have a good day. Thanks.